Okay. So I don't know if you can hear me. But we are on Seaside Heights. I'm actually in Seaside Park right now, and we are going to take a walk. Let me talk about Seaside a little bit, how it's changing, how it's changed, how it stayed the same. We spent the whole summer just collecting and creating content based on Seaside Heights. Everything that kind of goes with it. Doing a lot of sunrises, sunsets, trying to make people understand it's a pretty cool place out here. I mean, it had its problems. Morning. It had its problems, like any other town. We had a hurricane come through here, fires. So, I mean, overall, right behind this berm right here is the ocean. They put this berm right here because when we had the hurricane, I believe it was 2008 with Sandy, and when we had it, everything without that berm. I mean, if that berm would have been there, things wouldn't have been as bad. But the problem with this particular barrier island, it's only a couple blocks to the bay. So it's a barrier island. It's not that big. Obviously, it's not elevated too high. So no matter what, Mother Nature's going to do what Mother Nature does. And it's been going on since, they've been tracking this stuff since 1845. So, but, I mean, if you look around, you'll see brand new houses, some of the old houses. There's very few bungalows left from what, from the 60s and 70s. So now, you got all these big old houses going up. With the federal laws, you have to elevate. So once you knock it down, it's got to be very high because the first floor you can't live in technically. But you have your garages, and then you got another set of stairs to the first floor, and another set of stairs to the third floor. And in my neighborhood, they just put in elevators, which that's kind of crazy. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not really gonna stop and look at the comments. I try not to. People kind of looking at me funny, but people looking at me funny my whole life. Yeah. This is the Seaside Beach Patrol. This week was very, very busy. Everyone I talked to was talking about how many rescues and stuff there were. Just a lot of rescues. These guys, these lifeguards were very, very busy. People were not listening. And like even now, well, not now, not today, because today's pretty slow. But yesterday, the beach was packed at 6 o'clock in the morning for the sunrise. So with that being said, I mean, the water has been rough all week, and it has been red flagged. So it's just some people think that they could beat the ocean, and the ocean don't really play no games. The ocean's a pretty strong environment. But we're coming up. I'm going to take a slow walk because this is more for, we need content for our page. It's a long winter. We start. We made a commitment to this to start early because businesses start next year and they're starting now. Marketing's kind of a weird thing. This hotel right here, the Desert Palm, Seaside actually came in and condemned it because mold, I think. But basically, Seaside comes in and tells you something, you're going to do it. It's just the way this place is. And honestly, I don't really mind because for a long time, this was not the greatest place in the world. And now, it is. Morning, how we doing today? Came to the perfect spot for God's kingdom. you know, it's just a great spot. Then you got some of these hotels that needed to be updated. They did some work during the winter. Is that Chalroy? I don't know what it is. I've never been there. They've done some work. Everyone's kind of fixing stuff up. I mean, if you go to our page, you'll kind of see, like, we try to showcase Seaside in a whole. But this year coming up, we're probably going to focus more on businesses, some Airbnbs, morning, some, like I said, showcase the place, because the Seaside really took a toll when, we had the show down here. And listen, I love the show. I love those guys too. I think Snooki lives like 2 miles away from me. She still lives down in Toms River. She has a shop over on on the Boulevard. So, she's still down here, and I happen to think the show was great. It was, everyone's like, oh, that's not really how it is. Listen, I'm going to be honest. When you're young, that's how it was. We used to go to clubs down here. I mean, there was a lot more clubs. So the show completely depicted of what Seaside was at that time. It didn't lie. Italians are Italians. We know that. I'm a Polak, so I get it. I understand it. Those guys did what they did, and the guy who owns the place, I'm going to go down there. But the guy who owns the place, Danny, he still capitalizes on that time in Seaside, because honestly, it was a great one. I don't have a problem with it at all. A lot of people do, not me. But we're coming up on the part of the boardwalk that burnt down after Sandy. So you're looking at what's the sand mill. Excuse me, the sawmill. It's never closed down. It didn't burn down. It did get burnt. Like the siding was burnt. They had to rip the siding off. But the structure itself, it didn't get burnt. Like it didn't fall down. And that just so happens to be in Seaside Park, which is crazy because the rest of it's Seaside Heights. But all of this to the right on the ocean side, it's all brand new. It's all after fire. So you're coming up on the carousel where the carousel used to be. They put a lot of new stuff in here. And there's another bar right across from the sawmill. The same owner, I believe. It's I guess let's get a news crew here. Probably a news crew just because there's been so many people getting saved. But yeah, so you're right here. This is all brand new. It's, obviously not the best, man. Here's the sawmill. And then this is all brand new. There's all cabanas and stuff. They did a good job. I mean, the guy who owns the pier, he's been here for 100 years, so he did a great job. I think he has a love for Seaside Heights. He's willing to put a lot of money back into the place, and there's something to be said about that. So, okay, so I just got to make sure the camera's all right, and I'm going to check the phone real quick. Matt, you woke up. Am I frozen here? No, I'm not frozen. But yes, it is a beautiful morning. I'm going to be honest with you. And I look a little creepy. I'm on a carriage. People are looking at me funny, but again, people have been looking at me funny all my whole life. Nothing new. I just like bringing you Seaside Heights, the best place. Like right here is still attached to Sawmill, the outdoor dining for when the COVID thing happened. So right here is still attached to Sawmill, the outdoor dining for when the COVID thing happened. So they always had that. This frozen sandbar and drinks. This place is good if you like those fruity cocktails. I'm not really into the fruity stuff. These bathrooms, like I said, this part of the boardwalk all burnt down. This is all not here. So they did a really, really good job. And they have rides that used to be here. They're on the other pier. So it, they still have some of the original stuff. And when I get to the north side of the boardwalk, I'll actually show you the um, the carousel that used to be here. So this used to be all stands. Coors used to actually be right there too. Um, People always ask me about seafood in Seaside Heights. It doesn't get any more authentic than this park seafood. I mean, they really do. I have to be honest. I love coming here at the end of the night, getting a sandwich, getting some shrimp scampi. I mean, this place is awesome. Uh, Very, very good. In the middle of the summer, this place is packed. All these benches are taken with people eating seafood. I mean, you have the water right there. It's a great view. Um, like I said, they did a great job over here. You know, this is, and that sign's pretty great, but that's the Seaside Park. That's another thing that's brand new. It took them a little too long to build it, but they got it up and running this time, and I heard it's awesome, and I see kids there every day, and it was fun. Again, we're out of summer now. I mean, after Labor Day, it's all about locals. But if this was yesterday, I mean, there would be people out and about, you know. So, that's their little eating thing. It is a beautiful morning. It's a little humid, but it's a beautiful morning. But this is part of Seaside Park. And this is kind of getting to the end of where everything burnt down. So the Beachcomber is like the cross-off point. There's only like one part here that didn't, like this is the ocean side of the boardwalk. Um, that was all burnt. All this stuff was burnt. There were all rides here. The pier was actually where that concrete ends. So, a new pretzel factory. I don't like pretzels, so I've never been. all of this in the middle here is new. Good morning. All of these like little mac and cheese. This beach taco. This beach taco is really good. I got drunk one night and I went there. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even tell my girlfriend. So listen, I went out and but I ate like fat pig. It was great. I'm not gonna lie. It was great. And then probably went to Three Brothers right after, but I can't tell you if I remember that or not. So that beach tacos is pretty good. There's another place down the other north end that's equally as good, but we have it by our house. So they have two locations. But anyway, they're building. Probably they're gonna make this another building. This is actually, I'm standing exactly where the carousel used to be. So the carousel used to be right here, and there used to be this big arcade. But this is all brand new here. It's now cabanas. I mean, it's an awesome place. Bar, beautiful, beautiful place. They have cabanas. They have a monster pool in there, bigger than an Olympic pool. Yeah, it's a really, really cool place. This is like one of the things that like excited me, and I'm like, wow, Seaside's really coming back. Like they're already they're leasing for 2024, but that's the pool right there, and that would be right there up there. I can't really get in there because obviously it's a locked gate, and that's for good people. But we'll probably go in there and ask them if we could showcase it, because honestly, it's part of what our business is going to be at some point, showcasing Seaside Heights and all that it has to offer, because honestly we do. We have a lot to offer. I'm going to go that way, all right? So I'll bring you to the front of that, but that's Steaks Unlimited, another staple of Seaside. It was on the show, cheese balls, cheese balls, cheese balls. Great place. A lot of memories. For me, I've been coming here for my whole life. I mean, since I was born, literally. We bring you to the house. My parents used to bring me. This is our vacation. I'm going to turn around because I know Nat's listening, but that's the Sawmill. It says Sawmill Park Pavilion. That Nat in our, technically our first date was right there. And I think we've been together 14 years. Way too long. But here's the ocean view. This is this used to call the beach bar back in the day. And that went all the way out to the water. This one actually does, it's pretty cool because it's got a bar in the back. again, we're going to showcase these properties next year or during the winter because, I talk to everyone, say they don't mind. And honestly, it's, like I said, it's going to be a part of our business because some people walk all over New Jersey and look for great spots in New Jersey. I have to be honest, I'm only interested in Seaside Heights because this is where I want to be. I don't want to be in Wildwood. I don't like Point Pleasant. Belmarsh for kids. You know, now we're coming to the main part of the boardwalk. So the beachcomber right there, that didn't burn down. That stayed up. That was fine. Um, we're across the street from States Limited, so where I just was, that all burnt down, and they never rebuilt there. It's the only place they didn't really rebuild. But they used that as a staging area for construction. Whereas here, the beachcomber is still a beachcomber. They didn't really update too much. And then this section of the boardwalk is all new. So the whole thing is new. I just have to make sure that we're still going here. Well, Party Fair, you got to come down. It's awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's awesome here. Yeah, I just passed the sawmill. I just turned to the sawmill. We're gonna cut this live up into pieces and make content of it because that's what this is all about, content right here. Just so we could showcase again Seaside, because Seaside is really, really important to me personally. I love this place. I happen to think this is one of the best places on planet Earth. So you can't get much more passionate than me when it comes to a place of a destination that I decided to live and bring my family to. It's how much I love this place, and we're not going anywhere. This is it for us. Uh, that All right. Yeah, they're renting out cabanas as of right now for 2024. They're hard to get though. I know they're like $10,000, $12,000 for the season. I mean, it's kind of a luxury, but hey, I'm thinking about doing it next year because I don't really like the ocean. I love looking at the ocean, but I don't love the ocean, and I'd rather be in a pool if I'm going to go. But yeah, local summer starts today, and you can kind of tell. Yeah, I'll be at the Sky Ride in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. I'm trying to go slow. Like I said, I'm trying to capture as much as everything's kind of closed. I mean, we got our flag there every day at 9 o'clock. They do the what do they do? Anyway, 9 o'clock every day they do it. A Star Spangled Banner, and everyone stops on the boardwalk who's American. Because sometimes there's people who don't stop walking, and I just say they're not American. Let me see. So that's Lucky Leo's Sweet Shop. The Old Time Photo's been there for just about ever. I mean, that place literally has been there forever, the Old Time Photos. And then you're coming up on Lucky Leo's and Coors. Just so you know, there's 4 Coors on this boardwalk. Coors has made a dedication that if you're going to get ice cream on Seaside Boardwalk, it's going to be Coors. So, I mean, there's other places, but listen, I don't deviate from the plan. Coors is Seaside. I get Coors. But that sweet shop right there in Lucky Leo's, not going to lie, that is dangerous. I mean, you could walk out of there gaining 10 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. That place is crazy. That place right there is called PJ's. We went out to eat there. It's a good place. Really, really good place to eat. It's on the boardwalk. You know, it's not boardwalk food, so it's a little bit pricier, but they have a great steak in there. I'm not going to lie. I was pleasantly surprised. But this stage has also been here. I'm going to date myself, but I will tell you, I saw Bon Jovi do their first ever video on that stage where the flag is. So that's a long time ago. And they weren't Bon Jovi back then, so they were just some 80s hair band or something or other. But here's Lucky Leo's. I mean, again, the memories. I mean, if you know Seaside, these are just memories that you can't ever say. I say Seaside Heights equals memory maker. Whether you're a child, whether you're an adult, listen, People that don't like Seaside or have a problem with Seaside, they either haven't been here in years and years, and they just, they haven't evolved as a human being to say that, oh, well, things can get better. And they just don't know. It's all right. I mean, one of one of everyone's memories as a kid, as an adult, for coming up on Midway. Midway is, for me personally, the best cheesesteak in New Jersey. Now, that's just me. Do I know there's a better cheesesteak? Yeah, but it's like I say when I go to Las Vegas. When I go to Las Vegas, I'm like, man, this Las Vegas is great, but the one thing they just can't duplicate is me walking on a boardwalk with the ocean 20 feet away from me, eating a cheesesteak. So here's the thing. That's what Midway does for me. That's why I like it so much. Is I'm by all the things that I love. The ocean, the sand, the beach, the people. I mean, we have a lot of videos. Cause, one of the things we try to tell people is like, listen, man, it's all families down here now. It's actually to the point where people are like, man, it's boring down there because there's so many families. It's just family and kids. So some people think it's boring now. Listen. I try to come every Sunday during the summer, and I got to be honest, it's not Point Pleasant, it's not Jenkinson's, it's not the Tiki Bar in Point. It's not a big party scene. It's really not. Yeah. Well, I'm glad everyone's kind of enjoying it. Like I said, we're trying to do it for content. We need content. Um, Another Three Brothers. Listen, Three Brothers and Coors have locked down pizza down here. Although I'm going to bring you by the best pizza, and it's not Sono, but the best pizza is definitely Maruca's by far. But Three Brothers has, I don't know, we got to look that one up. How many Three Brothers are on the boardwalk? Because they're like Coors. There's got to be 4 or 5 of them. And that guy, whoever he is, God rest his soul, or if he's still, I don't think he's alive, but biggest parts of my memory is eating that Three Brothers, with my friends and my family. My family always went to Juniors, JRs, for Marucas, but Midway actually opened a bar. It's called the Midway Bar. This is relatively new. I mean, I just breakfast place over there that closed down. That's Jimmy's, so people just go to Jimmy's now. I think Jimmy's bought that. I'm not really sure. We try to find out like everything about every place here, like what hotels they're building, how they're building, how it's coming along. Like for a long time, the steel building, and it was up forever. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, it was up forever. That's finally down, but now that's just kind of fenced in piece of land, and I'm sure they're going to build somewhere on our what you call it. But yeah, the sun kind of came out now. Coin Castle. We went like this weekend. We went to this weekend we went to the pier for the kids for the rides, and my little sister comes. We have a really good time. I mean, it's like I said, you could drink on the pier now. I'm a drinker, so I drink my beer. We have a great time with the kids. We went out to eat. If you look on our page, she actually, like my girlfriend, did a video at Aztec on just how clean it is now. Because it's not Aztec anymore. It's the Jersey Roll. So she did a very good video. Actually, and again, like, listen, we love it down here. It's not like we're just doing videos to. When we have our free time and we're family, this is where we come. It's all year. So again, it's not for everyone, but this is the world's best pizza, Marucas. Okay, not the world's, but in Seaside Heights. Again, you got the ocean. But my family, my Polish people, they wouldn't eat anywhere but Marucas. I mean, my Polish people literally, like if you brought a slice of pizza from anywhere but Marucas, they wouldn't eat it. Because then that's not Marucas. And again, I'm Polish. Family was Polish. Things were a little crazy back then. But now, again, this is the man who owns Casino Pier. A little backstory. He also owns Point Pleasant, and I think he started Point Pleasant's pier, the kid rides first. But kudos to him, because when the hurricane came and the roller coaster was in the ocean, and there was the boardwalk I'm walking on right now is not here. The boardwalk out, that literally all the boards were off, so it was just a frame. That's all this was, a frame when Sandy came. I mean, I have to be honest, Sandy devastated this place. So getting back to Casino Pier and the owner, I don't know the owner. All I know is he loves this place as much as we do. I mean, obviously it's a moneymaker for him, but the thing is, he literally took his money and he built here again. And you have to give the guy credit, because these things are a lot of money. I mean, this pier was it was like blown away. I'll tell you, when I came here after the hurricane, I was blown away at how much Mother Nature took. I mean, and she did not play games. So it was devastating. 2008, 2009. You come down here, this place was, I'm going to say it, a shithole. But just hurricanes just rolled through. Houses were destroyed. So, kudos to everyone who came in down here and built. And I wish I would have came down and built 15 houses, because at the time I just didn't think it was going to come back. If you look at Asbury Park, it took Asbury Park 50, 60, 70 years to actually, and listen, the thing about Asbury Park is there's only like one nice section. There's still very dangerous sections in Asbury Park. But it took years and years, I mean, 10 and 20 years to get Asbury back. And it's still not back, but it's great. It's another great shore location. I mean, I put Asbury Park right next to Seaside Heights. That's the history there. They have great eateries. Obviously, they had a Stone Pony. But the Casino Pier is, like I said, he came in and he took care of business. I mean, that guy that's up there, I'm sure you can see him up there. That's been there, hasn't left. Take him away. I used to go mini golfing up there when I was a kid. But we're coming up on the north side of Seaside, which, to be honest, we never used to really like it up on the north side. Now the north side's better than the south side. They just, they built, they did good things. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say the north side's better than the south side, but the north side has its perks. This is family friendly. It's all family friendly. I mean, it really is. They lock up all the rides and everything. And listen, if you want to see the rides and what they have here, you just go on our page, or you just go on any general. Actually, Casino Pier has a very good TikTok page. They actually brought in a drone. Their TikTok page is very, very good. So if you just want to see rides or see what they have to offer, go to Casino Pier's TikTok page. They have professionals come in here. This guy. Again, nostalgia for some people. I try not to. I'm trying not to stop too much, because, again, we're doing this for content. Yeah, listen. I just, my family never went to Asbury Park. Um, Asbury, like I said, I regard Seaside Heights as number one destination. Uh, Asbury Park being another one, and obviously, I don't know if you've been to Atlantic City lately, but I don't recommend going there. Atlantic City is just, listen, it turned into a dump. It's a dumpster fire there. I was there at the beginning of the summer because I was actually going to look at properties there, and I said, listen, it's a great place to buy properties, but for me to buy a piece of property there, you have to see some improvements happening. Like, I went into like what used to be Taj Mahal, and plus they need to, like, they haven't power washed the place in 20 years, so it's just, the walls are disgusting inside the parking garage. Like, there's no upkeep there. So anyway, Asbury Park went through the same thing, and I guess Atlantic City would go through the same thing, and then there's a bunch of other towns, but I did not notice that, but there's a sign up there by the lobster dock where it says Aztec, newly renovated. So that would be the Aztec, and that's where we have the videos from. But it's called Jersey Roll now. And I have to be honest, we had a great time there this weekend. We went there with our friends and our family, and we had an excellent time there. Food was good. You know, the lobster dock is dining. I mean, that's a dining place. I mean, that's for good food. But the Jersey Roll is a, you know, you're on a boardwalk. You're gonna get chicken nuggets. You know, boardwalk food. And then here, again, I can't wait to bring my other daughter. That'd be the Skyline. I was just telling a story this weekend to my little sister's boyfriend. I was at the Aztec, and there was a big storm that came in. And there was a girl who got so scared, she jumped off it onto the beach. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, I saw that in person. That girl was crazy, but she was scared. I mean, she didn't want lightning. She didn't want to get hit by lightning. How we doing today?
Coconut oil. But don't give
You know what I used to also? Duct tape.
Hey, John, don't give
They actually redid the Aztec as well. I don't know. Some rides. What are we doing, boss? Gotta go to my chin. But some of these rides are from the other pier that I was talking about. Like this ride right here, that was from the other pier that didn't burn down. Those Dumbos right there, that was from the other piers that didn't burn down. There's a couple in there that didn't burn down. So now we're coming up. You know, it's weird because I've never been. This was never my section of the boardwalk. Like even though we used to rent on the north side, I was always on the south side of Seaside. It's not a big place. I mean, it's like a mile I'm walking right now. It's not a huge place. I'll probably walk faster on the way home or the way back. My car's all the way up in Seaside Park. But I mean, I've never liked EJ's. It's not my type of bar. You know, the stuff they did when they rebuilt. I forgot to show you, but you know, they put people's names on here, people who donated. It was nice. I mean, the boardwalk is completely like engraved with stuff like that. Can you see? Oh, you can see it. So, you know, people wanted to, you know, they wanted to help rebuild the place because it means so much. I mean, it just, I can't really make you understand what this does, what it means to some people. I mean, if you grew up down here and had memories down here, you completely understand. I mean, listen, people have moved on. They go to other beaches now. They don't come here. But this place just made a lot of memories for a lot of people. You know, it just made a lot of memories. So, pretty cool. So yeah, the sky ride goes all the way to the north side, and right now, if you could, I gotta make sure I have it. There's a yellow sign up there. That's the Jersey Shore House. I have to be honest. The guy Danny, not a fan, but he still utilizes that space as. He actually has a TikTok channel as well. I think. I think I was watching it the other day. Yeah, because he was showing like where they get mic'd up and everything. So I mean, listen, it's still a popular place for people to come. People still want to see it. Like anytime, like I talk about Seaside on the live, people are like, "Oh, go to the Jersey Shore House." I don't blame them. Again, we're talking about memories of Seaside Heights, and that's one of many generations know that show. So some people hate it, some people like it. I happen to love it. And to be honest with you, the thing that captivated people, honestly, is that's really how people were down here. You know, that's how people acted down here. They had fun. That was fun. You know, some of the best lines ever in TV history, like the Cavs are here, like Jim Tan Laundry, GTL. Like, who says shit like that? Those guys did. You know, fresh to death. So, you know, this is it right here, Berkeley Candy. right next to it. This motel is actually pretty good too. I mean, I have never stayed in it, but I mean, any hotel that's overlooking the water, good enough for me. So, DJ's Pizzeria, Jersey Shore Cafe. I mean, listen, people still capitalize down here, but it's a cool place. It really is. And this is the other lifeguard stand, so it's cool. I'm gonna take a seat for a second. Yeah, Kimmy, the pizza's huge. Well, Rob, some people think so. I don't. I lived the life. I was the same way. So for me, it was cool. I mean, I had a great time here. It, listen, was it, it's just a great time. And if you didn't like the show, I get it. Some people just like listen. I don't like EJs because they play rock music 24 hours a day. I don't like rock music. I like club music, house music. You know. So for me, no, I'm not gonna go knock on the Jersey Shore house because Dan. I don't really like Danny, but but he's not a bad guy. He just, yeah, he is what he is. And yeah, listen, it gave the town a bad image. Okay, the show was over 10 years ago or 8 years ago. It's all right. I had a bad image 20 years ago. Ask my girlfriend. I was crazy. Things change. You either change or you don't. That's right. It gave it a bad. Listen, the mayor here was very, very cool because he just said, listen, because the Jersey Shore wanted to come back here, and Voss, it's like his name is Mayor Voss. He's like, nope, ain't happening. These guys did enough. You kind of dirtied our waters over here. We don't want that again. So I give him credit. Personally, I would have loved for the show to come back. I mean, literally, I would have loved for the show to come back. Just because, listen, when that show was going on, I was coming down here every weekend. I had a house down here. Like, listen, it was crazy down here. But I'm going to be honest with you. I came here Sunday night to do a live, and it was packed. Listen, there's been a couple times that we come down here. We've ate at Hemingway's, and we came up to the boardwalk, and we had to leave because the boardwalk is like a club. It was like the old Temptations. Like you couldn't move. You couldn't, like, that's how the boardwalk was because people love it here. I'm not a Point Pleasant boardwalk guy. They have big problems down at Point Pleasant right now. They got the train that comes in and it brings in a lot of riffraff. It is what it is. They have a lot of problems down there. They can't keep the riffraff out. They can't keep people out that act like normal human beings. Sorry. And plus, I think Point Pleasant is just way too small for the amount of people that go there. It can't handle. You go there, you got to park 16 miles away, take a helicopter to the boardwalk. It's not for me. If I'm going to go to a Jersey Shore spot, I'd rather go to Asbury Park because at least there's parking, or Seaside because it's not jam packed. Although I was just talking about it being jam packed, but it doesn't get like that often. Like holiday weekends are holiday weekends. Like we know not to come out on holiday weekends. I raw way. I'm a raw way guy. So I'm trying to look at my phone. Yeah, listen, I like your style. I'm not a Kingsburg person either. And listen, I'm a real honest guy, and I'm gonna tell you how it is. Kingsburg is just full of drugs, and I don't want to be around drug addicts, especially as I get older. I'm not bringing my kids around that. It's just it is what it is. Listen, I've spent my whole life working to get somewhere, and I just want to be around like-minded people. People who like the ocean, and then this is it. So, well, Asbury Park. I mean, listen, who came in there and just made that place like altogether awesome. I mean, they did a great job. I mean, the rainbow flag included. They literally they did what they had to do there, and there's some of the best eateries in Jersey at Asbury Park. Listen. I haven't been there, but I listen. Everyone raves about it. Everyone. Yeah, come on, you have a great day too. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. We really do. But this is the old carousel that burnt down. So now, let me make sure I don't cut anything off here. People get very, very mad when they're doing their morning walk. Yeah, Elizabeth, I love it too. I'm not going to lie. I make a point to come here every day. My new matrix is to be in Seaside every day. Yeah, all the pennies are gone. Yeah, that old carousel. Shush you. All of a sudden you're talking. What's the temperature right now? It's about 75. But that's the old carousel. That thing is amazing. I can't wait to. I went and saw it with my family, and it's nostalgic for me because I used to ride on that as a kid, man. I have pictures of me and my brother on that thing as a kid. That's it, like as a baby. Like it just, my father. The memories. I cannot explain to you what that carousel is to me. It just floods like. So that's why, like me personally, like I like the fact that I got a chance to come back to what I was, and this is what I was always my whole life. A Seaside Heights guy, pizza, Polish, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. Thank you for the likes and follows and all of these guys. Again, this was more for us because we listen. We're content creators. We're not you're not beating around the bush. We're content creators. We found our little niche in life, and the reason why it is because I kind of forced my girlfriend to move down here. She's the Seaside+heights+nj, by the way, if you didn't know. And this is her channel, but I forced her. I mean, she has the personality. I'm just a Polak. Like I said, I'm the mule. But it's if you're looking for a place to just get in your car, bring your family for the weekend, you can't beat it. I mean, listen, we all can get on an airplane and go to Cabo San Lucas, and it's not Seaside Heights. It's Cabo San Lucas. Listen, I know. For New Jersey, it's just a great spot. And again, I went to AC. I'm telling you, won't catch me with my family there. I'll go there because I ain't scared, but I'm not bringing my family there. Because see how we're walking on the boardwalk now? See how it's nice and pleasant? You got your retirees, you got your older folks, you got the kids over here. It ain't like that in Atlantic City. You're taking a walk on the boardwalk right now, you're looking at people shooting up drugs. You're looking at a lot of riffraff. You got to constantly watch your back. Morning. So Atlantic City is not really a good destination. I mean, listen, if you're going to go there and gamble, not go on the boardwalk and not see the ocean, I can't go to a boardwalk without looking at the ocean. That's just me. So let me get over here. Again, I try not to cut people off. People get all sorts of mad. This is New Jersey. People are angry sometimes. But this is the shore store. Tour of the house. I'm not interested. You got them up there. I met most of those guys. I mean, listen, they're all midgets. They're all very small people. They're very, very, they're true to who they are. I give them that. But anyway, there's the new roller coaster. It's funny because I have a picture of the old roller coaster, and we have a room in our house. We call it the Seaside room, just because it has a deck and it looks into the water, and it's a really cool room. But I have a picture of the old roller coaster in the ocean. It's a beautiful picture. Because if you ever get a chance, I'm going to say this to everyone. I don't know how many people we have in the room. Just get down here and watch the sunrise. I mean, you can park right over at Seaside Park. You don't have to worry about gates. You don't have to worry about nothing. You just walk right on the beach and you look at the sunrise. Because I have to be honest, it's next level. And again, I make a point to get here every day. Every day. And I there's nothing like watching the sunrise. I don't really care what anyone says. I don't live in California. I live in New Jersey. And we are fortunate enough to have a sunrise. And I recommend everyone come and do it live and in person because honestly, it's moving. Even when the sun doesn't come up. just listening to the waves and just looking at Mother Nature. It's again, maybe I'm a little weird, but it's just I spent my whole life getting here. So for the little things in life, and to change my matrix, that's what I did. I changed my matrix. That's all it is. Instead of getting up, going work to New York City, I wake up and go look at a sunrise. You know, next level. I figured we'll take a walk up to the water here. Good morning. How we doing today? We got the sand sweeper. I swear to get the sand sweeper just wants to hit me every day. He just tries to hit me every day. Every day on the lives, I'm just like, sand sweeper. We got surfers out today. They unlocked the gates. I didn't know they unlocked the gates here. I thought they unlocked them at 9. But we have, people on the beach. I don't know if you can see them. Hey, Ocean City, Maryland. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have this camera positioned well. Let me try to pick it up a little bit so you can actually see some of the water. I try not to shut the live off if that happens. So there you go. There's the ocean. Do some of this. Pan around. We'll go to the shore. There's the shore house, the shore store, all that. The ride. Yeah, I didn't know that they had the gate open. There's the roller coaster. And see that big green thing, that John Deere thing? That's the sand sweeper. And I swear, when I'm sitting on the beach, that guy wants to kill me. He wants to run me over with that big old thing. I make him go around me because I'm not moving. But it's nice because they keep it's nice. It keeps it clean. See, there's a little thing that takes all the garbage up as it's going. It makes it flat for everyone. So it's the sand sweeper is an important part of Seaside and Seaside Heights. See, look at this guy. The zero turn. Look at him flying around. Look at that. Oh, man's got skills. Anyway, let me put this back in here because we're going to take a walk all the way back to my car. You get to listen to me. So, again, listen, I appreciate it. The likes and follows. Today, doing a live was more about just getting content, trying to showcase Seaside Heights, and we're just going to continue to showcase it. I mean, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to showcase this place. We want people to come back here, and we just want people. Listen, there was a point this year where I was walking on the boardwalk, and I was doing a lot. I didn't do too many lives, but I had my little sister. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. And I have to be honest, it was all families. Everyone was having fun and laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. But that's what we've been waiting for. That's why I moved down here, because I knew it was coming. But me and my girlfriend, we came here one year, and she knew how much I loved this place years ago. I mean, I guess, again, I think it's 14 years. She keeps telling me that. I don't fucking believe her. But the thing is, there was one point I rented a house. I don't know if we rented a house that time. And I said, we were looking at a guy walking down the boardwalk, and he was with a hooker. And she was just flat out a hooker. Like, there was no denying this. And I looked at my girlfriend. I said, we're not coming back here ever again. We're not coming back. I was disgusted. What happened to my place? So when people say that Seaside really, really was bad, oh, it was bad. It was bad. There was Section 8 people all over the place. There was drugs all over the place. There was people doing drugs all over the place. You couldn't even go to the bathroom because they didn't want to open the bathrooms. Because they opened the bathrooms, everyone was doing drugs in there. They had Section 8 all over the place here. And it was not a good place. And I don't think I came for like 2 years. It killed me. But I don't think I came here for 2 years. I think me and my girlfriend went to Ocean City, Maryland 1 year, and Baltimore, everywhere but came here because I was disgusted. I was just disgusted. So the thing is to see where it's at now. So that's why when people talk and they're like, oh, the show really did it. Okay, I get it. The show actually showcased Seaside when it was somewhat, good. It was good, but it became a real shithole. But now, again, Someday I'm going to go to a town meeting. I want to meet the mayor, shake his hand. I just think he did a great job. Listen, everyone talks about how Seaside's corrupt. The whole fucking world is corrupt. So if it takes a little corruption to make this a good family place, listen, it is what it is. I don't care. This is EJ's. I've never spent too much time in there. I'm not a pool person. I'm not a bar person. It's a good place, though. They play rock music. Again, they made that place beautiful. You know, they dressed it up inside. It's really, really nice. You got to give a lot of these places. They put a lot of money back into these places. They could have just listen with the insurance money, with FEMA coming in here. They could have just took their money and run, and got out of here, got out of Dodge. Even the Aztec, right to the right, the actual hotel. There's new owners, and the guy, he's doing his best. He's painting things up. He's trying to get it look nice. You know, it's just he's doing a great job. And now, like I said, you bring your family down here, or you want to have a couple drinks, you want to look at the ocean, you want to go to a nice eatery, you want some greasy shore food, some great pizza. It's the place to come. See that camera right there? That. Right now I'm live.
You got a big back though? That's why you have the carriage?
No, I just have for. So instead of holding it, so and then now I get the earphones in. So we have a TikTok channel, and right now I'm talking to about I don't know maybe 100 people, whatever. I don't. It is what it is. So right now I was just talking about because I've been coming here since I've been born. I'm 50 years old.
Where are you from?
From Rolway.
Scotch Plains. The prison or the town?
Don't tell anyone about the prison. 3 years ago, I bought a house in Shelter Cove.
I lived there for 30-something years.
Built that. Took it, put it up. I bought it right in the middle of COVID. The guy just wanted to build another house. It took me my whole life. I'm a union iron worker. I worked in the city for years.
You got a lot of money.
Well, listen.
Big shot.
This is what I do. I'm Polish. What else am I going to do? Eat kibasi my whole life.
Where in Shelter Cove?
So the beach. So you know where the boats park?
I lived in a lagoon down
Yeah, I'm all the way at the end.
You're down at the end by the beach.
So we're 300 feet. You go all the way down Bay, and you can make the last right or the right before where they.
I know.
Sandy Lane. I'm right. You make a right there.
No. Like I said, I lived there for over 30 years.
And I have to be honest. I wake up every day. You know why I did it though? And everyone can listen. But you know why I did it? One day I'm in Virginia Beach with my girlfriend, and I'm like, I open up. You ever been to Virginia Beach? Well, in Virginia Beach, they didn't do it like this. They put all their hotels right on the boardwalk. So I open the thing, and I'm looking right in the water. I want to live like this. I don't need much. But looking at that water, that's the most important thing in the world. So when I had a chance, I got a house really cheap.
So you're on the bay.
Right on the bay. So the thing is, when we open our blinds.
You got a bulkhead in a boat?
No.
No bulkhead.
So,
you're right on the beach.
So the thing is, I love it down here, and now we started a TikTok channel. I was just telling them because I personally, literally, this my father was a Polish immigrant. This is where we took our vacations here. He worked at GM in Linden, and he would come here. He would literally come here after work, drive back to work, and on the weekends he was at the Aztec.
Really?
Did I never listen? I have listen. I was just telling another story how I left for 2 years because after Sandy, I'm walking down here with my girlfriend. I never stopped coming here. I would get a house every year.
What did you see?
But one day I'm walking down the boardwalk and there's a guy with a hooker. I literally just told this story. I looked at my girlfriend and said, "Man, fucking coming back here." I said, "I'm done. I'm done with Seaside Heights. I'm not coming back here." In hindsight, I should have bought 50 houses.
Right in Seaside Park.
In hindsight. Anyway,
all right, don't worry about it.
I'm pretty happy where I'm at. Listen, you have a great day. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Have a great day. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I have a habit of talking to people. It's kind of what I do. But he was wondering because I have the baby carriage, and he's like, "Do you have a bad back or something?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing a lot." They don't know. Listen. these baby boomers, they're a little crazy. They don't know technology. And if you're a baby boomer, I don't apologize. Listen, these guys don't want anything to know what that technology is. And the thing about TikTok is it's slowly starting to get baby boomers because they're doing the best to stay up with technology. But most of them don't want to have anything to do with it. But, they don't. And it's all right. So when I say, hey, I'm doing a live, they have no clue that I'm talking in earbuds. They just, and it's cool. They're inquisitive. But anyway, here we are again. I mean, this is going to be definitely good content. I'm sure my girlfriend will have hours of content, and she could leave me alone. Oh, you need me to go to the boardwalk and do content? What a shame. How you doing? But anyway, where was I? These places, here's another course, but these places have been here forever. I mean, again, you're on Casino Pier. This guy didn't play games. He came right back, and you give him credit. And he owns Point Pleasant, the pier there. The kid. Listen, I say I don't like Point Pleasant. Point Pleasant has a great kiddie section, and they have two great bars. Like Tiki Bar and Jenkinson's are amongst the best party places on the Jersey Shore for a northern guy or a Staten Island guy because they're always there too. Guys are out of control, but it, it's just too small for me. It's too tight. The kiddie rides are great, but like if you go on a Saturday, I mean, it's bumper to bumper people. I don't enjoy a lot of people being bumper to bumper. Like I don't enjoy like feeling like I'm in a club when I'm with a 4-year-old. So it's just a lot more room here, and I just don't like my weather. But anyway, I'm trying my best. Let's take a look at the thing. I keep getting kicked out of the. So I have my phone. I'm Sparks Flames. I have my phone. There's no gangs on the boardwalk here. Listen, again, I was just talking about how bad this place used to be. Morning. It's not like that anymore. No gangs. Hey, Tara. You get to hear me talk. Sound like a Pollock, right? I didn't think these guys were going to come back. But yeah, it's a good walk. I got a chance to talk to some guys, and there's some people on the boardwalk. It's totally not dead yet. But this is Jimbo's. This is another like decent place. Not a fan of it, but it's good for a drink. It's a bar and grill, decent food. Um, I don't know why I don't like it there. Like there's just better places. Does that make sense? Is this Wildwood? Really? Oh my God, Pollock. That's I don't know who that is, but I'm a Pollock. Yeah, my Karen, my girlfriend says I have a good voice, and we just started another page, Off Grid Cabin, on TikTok, and I had to orate because there's a lot of stories when I built the cabin. So when I built the cabin, she was like, "Man, you got a pretty good voice for it." So I said, "All right, we'll do this." Listen, I come here Fridays, I come here Saturday night. Listen, it's packed. In the summer, it's packed. It's what it's supposed to be. It's there's teenagers here, there's families here, there's just about everything you could want here. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and say Seaside is perfect. But like I said, get on a plane, go to Cabo San Lucas, and spend $50,000. You know, yeah, thank God. Listen, if you didn't like Jersey, we didn't want you anyway. That's how it goes. Asbury Park. I've been talking about Asbury Park. It's a great place. I mean, the I don't know what do you call them, the gays, the homosexuals, whatever they are. They went in there and they cleaned that place up, and they have great eateries, and they did what they did. What's up, Freehold? How we doing? You know, Asbury Park was. It just wasn't for me. I mean, back in the day, you want to talk about the slums of Shaolin. I mean, that was pretty bad. Yeah, I'm sure it is trash. Usually you shouldn't come. We don't like when other trash comes from other places. We like to keep our own trash. It's our trash. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Listen, you're talking to a guy who could crack with the best, bust balls with the best of them. You think someone telling me this is trash? Listen, you tell all these 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, these families right here, this is all trash, right? They're here because it's trash. Look at you think that 80-year-old guy right there is going to be here because it's trash? Think that family's going to be here because it's trash? Come on. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's I don't even like talking about the negatives, but listen, it's just like New Jersey. Listen, New Jersey has high taxes. It's getting run into the ground. It's New Jersey as a whole is not the greatest place, but it's my home. You know, I found a little piece of my home that is workable for me, manageable for me. Listen, I don't want to go to Texas where it's 115 degrees on Christmas. I don't want to live in Florida where it literally downpours 3.5 inches in 3.5 minutes. I don't want to be in North Carolina in the backwoods in country. I don't want to be in South Carolina away from the beach. I don't want to be in Delaware because Rehoboth is not for me. I have my little place here. Call it trash, call it what you want, you know, whatever. Listen, I'm sorry, Texas doesn't have midway cheesesteaks. Sorry, doesn't have an ocean. Vegas doesn't have an ocean. Doesn't listen. You could. I said this on the way up. You could literally go to Vegas. I have a great time in Vegas. Me and my girlfriend went there. We had a blast. But I said there's one thing they can't replicate, and that's the ocean. They can't replicate that, and they try, but you can't do it. That's what makes this place special. That's what makes the Jersey Shore special. Our sunrises are on the ocean. You cannot say enough about that. Listen, if you're in California on the West Coast, listen, you have, the sun sets on the ocean. Can't beat that either. But listen, this is my home, and I love it here. So if someone talks about New Jersey and how it's trash, listen, it wasn't for you. Move on. Go to Florida. But don't tell me it's trash because listen, you're gonna see there's about 50, 60, 100 people in front of me. You're gonna see women jogging by me. If it was such trash, what are they here for? If it was that bad, what are they here for? These are people that are retired, that have homes here. You're walking to a place right now where there's homes in excess of $50 million. So yes, you want to call it trash? Hey, morning, trash, whatever. It's people make no sense to me. They were failures, so they're just going to call everyone else trash. It's cool. Anyway, let's get back on to happier, fun subjects like I don't know. Yeah, these boards we're coming up. We're coming up on the new boards pretty soon. That is Midway. Make sure I don't cut anyone off. This is Midway. That would be Midway. Um, Trying to get the whole picture. It's kind of hard. But yeah, that's Midway cheesesteaks. Um, let's see. Stop. Yeah, listen. I'm with you, Vox. Stop. Absolutely. I mean, you got to be kidding me at this point. It's just kind of crazy. Yeah, New Jersey pieces of trash. I know. Yeah, those are facts. Those are your facts. See, I just like to say this. We live in a matrix, and everyone's matrix is a little bit different. If you don't know what the matrix is, go watch a movie because it's real. And it was made by two uh, Polacks who are brothers who are now sisters because they're transgendered or whatever. I know what the fuck they are, but the thing is, the matrix is real. Your matrix is that you were here at one point when New Jersey beaches were trash. Cool, that's your fact. I was also here when New Jersey beaches were trash. But just like everything else, like they had to make a decision, and they made a good decision. They cleaned up their beaches. They stopped letting barges go out there and dump the garbage because I don't know if you're aware, but this is where garbage goes. Some goes in the ocean, some goes to dumpsters. So I guess they knew whatever. But again, the matrix. Your matrix should be that New Jersey is junk. Have at it, bro. How about it? Man, I gotta go to the gym. This is terrible. I knew I shouldn't do this. Really? I was just talking about beach tacos and how one day this year I got drunk. It just accidentally happened. I drank one too many beers and I went to beach taco. I must have spent $30. I sat there like a fat pig and enjoyed every bite of it. Place is good. Place is good, and it's new, so it's the new place. Yeah, it is home to us. Listen. I agree. And this is, I'm not going to go on the street. I got to go on the street in a couple of minutes, but when I start to go on the street and you see some of the houses they're building here, like you don't even understand. I mean, the average house on Ocean Boulevard in Seaside Park is probably about $2 million. The average one. They're building a house like I'm watching built since the beginning of the summer. It's got to be $10 million. It's got to be every bit of 6,000, 7,000 square foot, brand new, and that's all that they're building down here. So our trash can over here in Seaside. I mean, who puts flowers in trashy places? I always say flowers make a house. I didn't even notice these flowers here. But those lucky Leos. Good for him. He's only been here 150 years. Okay, he was established in 1953, so whatever, 75, 80 years. But now you're looking at the Ocean Club. That used to be the Ocean Bar. So they did a great job in there. And it has the cabanas in the middle with a big, I mean, it's bigger than an Olympic-sized pool. Cabanas, great 2 bars, outside dining. You're right on the beach there. Again, for a trashy place, man, they really spent some money on that thing. I mean, that's a lot of money to build right there. I mean, I watched them put the piers in for that. I mean, there has to be maybe 1,000 piers put in. No, I'm embellishing, probably 500. They were putting them every 2 feet for that thing. And when they build a pool on the beach, my God, there was a lot of piers. I actually probably could show you when I walk back down there. But I'm going to walk down here and show you the Surfside Hotel, of which I believe they're not. Natalie told me they're knocking it down. They're knocking this one down and another one down. And they're going to build like a 10-story sort of resort hotel combination. Because, listen, the one thing Seaside didn't do after 2008 was knock their hotels down. But the mayor, what he did, he said, listen, you want to be a hotel in town? You can't rent a Section 8. So they got rid of all the Section 8 people, and, which dirtied up the town. Listen, that's why a lot of people come on here and say that New Jersey's trash or Seaside's trash, because, listen, Section 8 people are not clean people. They're predominantly very, very dirty. They don't care about things, and listen, that's just my truth and my nature. So this place became very, very dumpish in the winter. And I would say unsafe. But that's the Surfside right there. They're knocking that down, and the one behind it, the Glendale. And they're going to make a bigger kind of resort hotel. The problem with that and some of the houses they're building, because Seaside also has like a lot of hotels they knocked down. They just made condos. The problem is this used to be an affordable place. When they start doing stuff like knocking this Surfside down and knocking the Glendale, it's not going to be affordable anymore. And then you're going to have to listen to everything's expensive because people don't understand, basic capitalism because they live in their own matrix. They live in this world where, things are supposed to be cheap for them. But anyway, that's the Surfside. Karen, am I talking too much? Kara, can you hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Let me see my camera still. No, you still can hear me. You guys still hear me? Oh yeah, you can. Okay. So I'm walking down on the right next to the boardwalk on the street. This is Ocean Boulevard. Um, that's Jimmy's Breakfast. That place has been there. That's been there every bit of it. A long time. He's there every day at about 4 in the morning because I come here sometimes a little bit earlier, so I have stuff to do. So I just do it on the beach before my live. He's here every day at 4 o'clock, every day. He's dedicated, but he's only a breakfast guy, so he does what he has to do. What else we got here? Obviously, Station Unlimited. This is the big thing with the Jersey Shore. I'll show you that when I start to roll by that. You know, one of the things that people have nostalgia about, including me, is ramps. Those ramps have been there and have been offered since they built them. It is so hard sometimes to get up and down those ramps, but it's part of Seaside's culture. I think it's the ramps. People take it for granted, but this is Jimmy's Breakfast. You can see it. It's a good little spot. It's like your typical hole in the wall spot, and then that would be the Glendale right behind Surfside. So they're planning on knocking all that down and putting a 10-story there. So, you know, it'll be nice. But they're like I said, the mayor did a lot of work, doing a great job. See where I'm at. Trying to get. That white or northern that's Florida. 6 months out of the year. I'm no fan of Florida. It's too hot. Bugs everywhere. I mean, I'm just not a fan. Oh, Union. Was just in Union the other day. My hall's up there. I'm a local 11 iron worker, and I have to go up through Union to get to my hall. And I don't like going to Union. It's very crowded. Very crowded. Yeah, the fire stunk, man. I was actually here when the fire happened. I mean, it was terrible. I was actually at the beachcomber while everything was burning. And I had friends what the hell, that worked over there. It was, I forgot the name of the place, the bar. If Nat's on, she'll tell you. But that's Steaks Unlimited. That's the original one. And then he built that. I mean, one thing I don't like about that, he's like the only guy who didn't do anything. If you walk in there, it's like a dingy old place. Like, doesn't try to clean it. And I have a problem with that. You know, you should try to like make it a little bit better. It doesn't have to be perfect, but make it a little like a beachcomber. They've done some improvements. You know, it's nice. I'm walking back on the boardwalk because I think I'm gonna start walking fast here. I have so much shit to do now. Yeah, Kara, I'm not gonna lie. It was, the thing was, it was after the hurricane, and everyone kept on saying, "Oh, that was done on purpose." Uh, they wanted that down. There was an electric fire in Coors. Uh, no one knows. But the sawmill, like I'm walking back up on the sawmill. This is the part that actually burnt down right here, and then they never did anything right here. This is like a lot right here, but like I said, it's more of a staging area for when they do construction. So they bring all the construction trucks in there. I'm sure they'll build up eventually. But you never know with the mayor, because the mayor, they kind of just take control of some stuff, and they're like, no, you can't build here. You know, his town, his rules. I guess that's how it is. But I talked to a couple people, and they were like, listen, the guy's pretty fair. He had a 5-year plan. And he wanted to, let me tell you what, his 5-year plan worked. His 5-year plan was, hey, let's get this Seaside to what Seaside was. And they're doing it. They're getting it. So, like, this is all the new part. There's Beach Tacos, the woman was just talking about. That's entirely new. There was never a taco place on the boardwalk. That's completely new. So right here, when I was talking before about piers, so when something's getting built on the beach, those piers are what holds everything up, and they drive them down 40, 50 feet. So they're getting ready to build something else here. So, for all the trashiness that we hear, like someone's spending a lot of money to build. And they just started this a couple weeks ago, in the middle of summer. So it's going to be done by next summer. That's how they operate here. Again, there's beach tacos. And someone always asks me in a live, what's the best seafood in Seaside? I got to be honest. I talk about it, and I'll talk about it. But Park Seafood is amongst the best seafood I've had in a long time. It might be because I had a couple drinks before. I don't know. Whatever it may be. It's just, I love shrimp cocktail because the thing is I love butter. I could mainline butter. I love butter. So they have the garlic butter. Oh my God, it's so good. So that place is good. Obviously, this is Coors. What else are we at? That's, you talk about nostalgia. Like me and that corner of the sawmill, technically where we kind of had our first date. That was it. She was on the beach with my little sister, and I forgot who I asked to go get Nat, and she came up. And that was it. 14 years later. I hope she ain't on it. Drives me crazy, that girl. She's great though. She really is. She is great. So, what else am I at? All right. So, let me take a look over here. This is also a part that burnt down. Like all of this right here was burnt down. It used to be a kiddie pier. All kid rides. And like I showed you before, it was, they kind of moved everything down to the other pier. Same owner. But yeah, they have a bar on that beach right there, cabanas. The bar's right there behind those sheds. This is the other bar across the street from this sawmill. I'm not a fan because they do the fruity drinks, and I'm not a fruity drinker. Like the pina coladas, and I'm not into that kind of stuff. That frozen stuff. So this is new coffee shop. All of this was burnt. All of it. Vintage. And sawmill was where it was. It didn't burn. So. Keep getting kicked out of the lodge. Clam house. Oh. Yeah, we do welcome all. I agree. We do. So sawmill, I was talking about it before. My father was a Polish immigrant, and so my whole family is like a bunch of Polacks. And we weren't allowed to go to the sawmill. We're only allowed to go to Marukas. Marukas is still there. And as I became an adult, obviously, I went there to drink, and I would get a slice there. I gotta be honest, I don't like their slice. I don't like their slice. From what I understand, they changed their slice. But this is a great place to bring your family. I've been out to eat a couple times where people just want to hang out in Seaside, and we get a couple pies, and their slices are about as big as your head. They're huge. So it's a good place, good bar. But the thing is, we're coming into Seaside Park now. Coming into Seaside Park, I'm gonna probably go bother these newscaster people, just because it's kind of what I do. That's false. I'm telling them that, listen, we're TikTok live. Don't bother me. I'll come on my shot. Think I should? Think I'll do it? Nah, these guys ain't even live yet. So anyway, we're gonna take a walk up to the beach one last time now. So this is technically Seaside Park right now. So we're in Seaside Park, and they don't have gates in Seaside Park. They only have gates and locks and stuff in Seaside Heights. That's why when I do my live, I'm in Seaside Park. So what's it called? This guy's live, right?
Morning, how are you?
I'm always good. How are you?
Excellent, same.
All right, so there it is. There's Seaside Park, and I do my live from right there. So right about where those people, probably can't see those people. That's where I do my live from, because the problem is I can't get into Seaside because it's under lock and key. So, but that's the new section. That's a little bar, and that's basically it. Have a great day, my friend.
Take care.
So, and then that's it. Probably the end of the tour. But the thing is, I really do want to. I'm probably going to walk on the street just to show some people like the amount of houses they're building and how ginormous they are. I mean, listen, I get people like big houses. I do. Yeah. But when they're like hotels, like what do you need a hotel for? Listen, I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know. I got to tell you a real quick story. Back in my previous life, I built a huge house. 16-foot ceilings in a bedroom, 13-foot ceilings in the dining room. Kitchen was stunningly huge. There was an echo in the house. 9-foot ceilings in one. I mean, listen, it was crazy, this house. You know how long it took me to get a divorce? 11 months. I hated the house. I hated everything about it. It wasn't home. I built this house out of someone else's want and need. I don't need a house this big. I like 8-foot ceilings. I like feeling like I'm at home. So I guess maybe in my matrix, I don't understand why people build these huge houses, because I don't like huge houses. I want to feel at home. When people are over my house, they feel at home. When my little sister comes and they're at home. So I don't, I get a little weirded out by like these houses that are monstrosities, and I'm like, who the hell wants that? But listen, each your own, right? Like that one guy saying in the comments, New Jersey welcomes all. So right now I'm in the parking lot. There's a huge parking lot right on the Seaside Heights, Seaside Park border. So all the trash cans of New Jersey, the people that, it's such trash, they're walking on the boardwalk. This is what they do every day. So every day that I come on the boardwalk, like I don't take a walk on the boardwalk. I just pass through when I'm doing my live. Every day, there's people up and down walking the boardwalk, smiling, happy, exercising. I mean, look at this lady on the tricycle. Who's better than her? Like, seriously. I mean, just listen. It's a great place. But I think with that said, that seems to be an adventure for everyone. I'm sure everyone had a bit of fun. Let me go back on the boardwalk. This street is kind of killing me. I'd rather have the clicks of the boardwalk than the. Ooh. But listen, I hope everyone enjoyed their little brief time in Seaside. This will probably be the last live I do on the boardwalk. Oh, Jimmy Breakfast. Yeah, Jimmy Breakfast is good. This will probably be the last live I do on the boardwalk, probably till next year. Unless something comes up. I mean, they do have an Irish Day. They have a polar plunge. Is actually crazy. Like, you ever want to see some nutty people? Come to the polar plunge. I mean, the polar plunge is absolutely like. I mean, the polar plunge is next to Memorial Day weekend when it comes to how crowded it gets. I mean, there's over 150,000 people on the beach running into a freezing cold ocean. So that's I don't know when that is, but that is crazy. And then they do all sorts like Monster Truck Day here. I mean, they have festivities, all through the year, and it's still open here. It's still, it's just not as crowded, like you said. That's what you call it. Have a great day, guys and girls. But it's I don't know. Listen, I am right at the place where I got into some trouble in my life, and these berms weren't here. But I remember telling myself, and this is years ago, saying, listen, no matter where you go, what you do, when you have to close your eyes and be somewhere, this is where you're going to be. And this is this exact spot on this boardwalk. And that would tell you that. I've told her many times, this is when I'm in a deep, dark place, I close my eyes, and this is where I go. This is, so yeah, maybe I do get a little offended when people talk shit about New Jersey and Seaside. So, anyway, with that said, I hope everyone enjoyed their time. Thank you for the likes, shares, gifts. Maybe I'll do it again sooner if everyone really liked it. To be honest with you, I'd rather just make a date and everyone come and we'll just take a walk together. Seems like a lot more personable. Because that's the only thing about technology that I really don't like. I don't like, I like to talk to people. I like hanging out with people. Just so you know, I think I did say this. I'm going to tell you this story real quick because I'm still so far away from my car. Well, I'm not far away. I'm like 4 blocks. I was doing a live, I don't know, March, April, somewhere in there. Well, there's this lady named Debbie. Her name is Debbie Z. And I go up to the beachcomber. I showed the beachcomber on the live. And I like to dance around like an idiot, like those guys on Jersey Shore. And I was dancing around like an idiot. And I start talking to this random woman. Because I know a lot of people in there. And I talked to this lady. And I'm like, we start talking. And I'm telling her how much I love Seaside. And I'm glad that, she came out or whatever it may be. And we just started talking about a sunrise. And she's like, I watch a sunrise every day with the name on it is Spark. And I said, Spark Flames? She said, yeah. I said, I'm him. So we were both shocked. We were both shocked, and she's a very nice lady. But the point being, it was nice talking to someone face to face. It was nice seeing someone that enjoyed life like I enjoyed life, that was involved in my matrix. And my matrix is seeing people laugh and smile and seeing the sunrise and talking to people and doing me. And I feel like we all took this for granted in our lives, and we go to work every day and we kill ourselves and slave over, and we're around people that are nasty and mean. I don't want to do that no more. So that's why I'm here. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm going to shut up now because I don't know. So shut the fuck up. But have a great day.